They told you nuts are heart healthy. Good for your brain. The perfect senior snack. But here's the truth no one wants to say out loud, especially to men over 60. Some of the most common nuts in your kitchen may be the very reason your erections are weaker, your blood pressure is rising, and your memory's getting foggy. Not because you're old, but because blood flow, the fuel for everything that makes you feel like a man, is quietly being sabotaged by the wrong foods every single day. Stay with me, because what you're about to hear might change everything. I'm Dr. Mary Blake. I'm a board-certified urologist, and for over 30 years, I've helped thousands of men over 60 restore their vitality, clarity, and yes, their performance, without surgery, risky drugs, or gimmicks. I've seen what works, and I've seen what quietly destroys men from the inside out. Here's what most men your age don't realize: certain nuts, despite their healthy reputation, are silently spiking inflammation, messing with your medications, and cutting off circulation to the very places that matter most, while others, the right ones, can increase blood flow, sharpen your mind, balance your sugar, and even reignite confidence in the bedroom. In this video, I'll walk you through a simple daily combo for specific nuts that I prescribed to real patients with real results. One man, after just 14 days, reported deeper sleep, more energy, and intimacy he hadn't felt in years. And he didn't take a single pill. Ignore this, and you risk slowly trading your independence, your memory, and your masculinity for silence, shame, and regret. But if you stay with me, I'll show you exactly what to eat, what to avoid, and how to take back control. Watch until the end. Don't miss this, it could be the most important thing you hear this year. They told you it's normal to slow down after 60. To expect less from your body. To accept the pills, the stiffness, the weaker erections, the lonely nights. But the truth is, many of the issues you're blaming on age are actually coming from what you're putting in your body every single day. Especially the things you think are helping. Like the handful of healthy nuts you snack on while watching the evening news. You think you're doing the right thing. But in reality, you may be quietly shutting down the very systems that keep you functioning as a man. You see, it's not just about feeling tired or having softer erections. It's about what's happening under the surface. Poor blood flow. Silent inflammation. Nutrient imbalances that mess with your hormones and brain chemistry. Your body's ability to send blood where it matters most, yes, there, is fading not because of age, but because it's being attacked from the inside. And most men don't feel it happening until it's too late. But stay with me, because it gets worse. That same morning snack you thought was heart healthy? It might be raising your blood pressure, clouding your memory, silently pushing your testosterone lower. And before you know it, the man who once felt strong and confident starts avoiding intimacy, stops reaching out, stops trying. And if you think that's bad, listen to this. I've seen men start skipping meals, isolating from their wives, doubting their worth as a partner. All because no one told them food could do this. They told you losing your edge was just part of getting older. They said testosterone decline was natural. They told you to be grateful you're still breathing. But let me be clear, you weren't meant to slowly lose yourself. Not like this. No one wants to say this, but you need to hear it. Your food choices, specifically, which nuts you eat, are either feeding your masculinity or slowly taking it away. And it's not your fault. You were misled. By labels, by trends, even by well-meaning doctors. I think of Robert, one of my patients. 71 years old. Widowed. Retired firefighter. He told me, "Doc, I don't feel like a man anymore. I wake up, drink my coffee, eat my cashews, and just go numb." He thought it was grief. But when we looked deeper, we saw the cashews were spiking his blood sugar. The peanuts were quietly inflaming his joints. The pine nuts? Interfering with his blood pressure meds. He said, "I thought I was doing everything right. Turns out, I was poisoning myself one handful at a time." And sadly, he's not the only one. Stay with me, we're not done yet. You need to hear what comes next. Because the solution isn't complicated. But it starts by unlearning what you've been told and seeing the truth for yourself. What you're dealing with isn't just frustrating, it's real, and for men at your stage of life, it can be deeply personal and incredibly isolating. But the good news is, there are simple, practical steps you can take, starting today, that can restore blood flow, support your hormones, and help you feel more like yourself again. Stay with me, because this next part might be exactly what you've been waiting for. Now let's talk about exactly what you can do to feel like yourself again. You're about to learn specific, science-backed steps that men over 60 can follow to support blood flow, hormone health, and confidence, naturally. Don't miss this first one. It might sound simple, but it works. Secret number 1, the 1 nut a day testosterone booster, Brazil nuts. You were told fatigue, brain fog, and weak erections were just normal aging. But the truth is, many of these issues come from a hidden deficiency, selenium. It's a trace mineral your body needs to make testosterone, regulate thyroid hormones, and maintain sharp nerves. And it turns out, men over 60 are often dangerously low in it. Just 1 Brazil nut a day provides over 130% of your daily selenium needs. That's it. 1. No pills. No crazy routines. I had a patient named Jack, 68, divorced, tired all the time. He told me, "Doc, I feel empty." His selenium levels were near the bottom. I told him, eat 1 Brazil nut each morning. 3 weeks later, he came back and said, "I feel alive again." His energy returned. His mood lifted. His bedroom confidence? Back. Don't overdo it, too much selenium can be harmful. Stick to 1 nut a day, raw, refrigerated, and chew slowly. Stay with me, because the next nut doesn't just help your brain, it looks exactly like it. Secret number 2, the nut that protects your bones and your brain, almonds. You were told calcium pills were enough to keep your bones strong. But the truth is, without magnesium, which almonds provide, calcium can get stuck in your arteries instead of your bones. That's dangerous, especially for men over 60. Almonds give you both calcium and magnesium, in the right balance. But it's not just your bones at risk, your brain needs support too. Almonds, especially with the skin on, are loaded with flavonoids and vitamin E. These protect your brain from oxidative stress, the silent damage that leads to memory loss, confusion, and fog. I had a patient, Harold, 73. Widowed, quiet, losing confidence. He said, "Doc, I forget what I'm saying mid-sentence." I asked him to add 15 raw almonds a day, unsalted, slow-chewed. 1 month later, he told me, "I'm sharper." My grandson even noticed. Almonds also help with digestion, another issue men don't talk about. That fiber keeps you regular, which improves mood, energy, even sleep. Eat 15 to 20 almonds daily, raw or dry roasted, skin on, and chew well, especially if you have dental concerns. Don't go anywhere, because the next nut? It looks just like your brain, and might protect it better than anything else. Secret number 3, the nut that looks like your brain, and protects it too, walnuts. You were told forgetfulness was just part of aging. But the truth is, much of that mental decline comes from inflammation and weak neuron connections. Walnuts fight both, naturally. They're packed with ALA, a plant-based omega-3 that keeps brain cells flexible and sharp. Walnuts also contain polyphenol, antioxidants that cross the blood-brain barrier to calm inflammation, one of the root causes of Alzheimer's and dementia. I once treated Harold, 71, a retired music teacher who had lost his wife. He said, "Doc, I feel like I'm fading." He was forgetting names, missing turns driving home. I told him to eat 7 to 9 walnut halves each evening. No pills. Just the real thing. 6 weeks later, he smiled and said, "I don't get lost anymore. I feel steady." That's the quiet power of walnuts, no hype, just results. And here's something else, walnuts naturally contain melatonin, the hormone that helps you sleep. As you age, your body makes less of it. A small handful of walnuts in the evening can help you fall asleep faster and wake up clearer. Store them in the fridge, eat them with the skin on, and chew slowly. That slight bitterness? That's where the antioxidants live. Stay with me, because the next nut can quietly defend your blood pressure, vision, and blood sugar all at once. Secret number 4, the green nut that protects your blood pressure, your eyesight, and your blood sugar, pistachios. You were told to avoid salty snacks. But the truth is, most men over 60 don't realize just how powerful potassium is, and pistachios deliver more of it per ounce than most fruits and vegetables. Potassium helps relax blood vessels and balance sodium, which becomes more important as arteries stiffen with age. For men managing high blood pressure, pistachios aren't just safe, they're a smart daily ally. But there's more. Pistachios are rich in lutein and zeaxanthin, 2 carotenoids that concentrate in the retina. They protect your vision from harmful blue light and may slow age-related macular degeneration, one of the most feared losses for older men. They also help with blood sugar control. Thanks to their fiber and low glycemic index, pistachios reduce post-meal spikes and support insulin sensitivity, a hidden benefit for men with prediabetes or diabetes. Growing up, my grandfather used to sit in his chair every afternoon, slowly cracking open pistachios from a wooden bowl. I didn't realize then, he was protecting his heart, his eyes, and his sugar levels with every shell. Here's my advice: eat about 1 ounce per day, that's roughly 49 pistachios. Choose unsalted or lightly salted. In-shell is best, it slows you down, helps you track how much you're eating, and gives your body time to register fullness. Stay with me, because the next 4 nuts look healthy, but could quietly be hurting you every day. Now, before you think all nuts are safe, let me warn you. Some of the most common ones can quietly work against your body after 60. They may look harmless, even healthy. But inside, they're fueling inflammation, spiking your blood pressure, interfering with your meds, and quietly draining your vitality. You deserve to know the truth, so let's start with the first one you need to cut. Avoid this nut. Number 1, peanuts, the inflammation time bomb. You were told peanuts are protein-packed and heart-smart. But the truth is, peanuts aren't actually nuts, they're legumes. And that small detail makes a big difference. Peanuts are prone to aflatoxin, an invisible mold toxin that builds up in the body over time. For men over 60 with slower liver detox, that's a recipe for trouble. Many men don't realize peanuts quietly feed chronic inflammation. That inflammation stiffens your arteries, worsens joint pain, and can cloud your memory. It even affects erection quality by choking blood flow, something most never connect to their daily snack. Peanuts also interact with common medications, especially blood thinners and cholesterol drugs, disrupting how your body absorbs them. You think you're helping yourself, but you're creating a chemical mess inside. George, one of my patients, was a proud Vietnam vet. 72, fit, active, but his joints ached, his blood pressure was climbing. "I snack on peanuts every night," he told me. We ran labs. High inflammation markers. I asked him to cut peanuts. Within weeks, he felt clearer, stronger. He said, "Doc, I thought I was eating clean. Turns out, I was feeding the fire." That includes peanut butter too, even the natural kind. Most are full of omega-6 fats, salt, and sometimes hydrogenated oils, silent saboteurs for older bodies. Avoid peanuts altogether. Your heart, joints, and energy will thank you. Stay with me, because the next nut might be sitting in your snack bar right now, quietly raising your blood sugar and hurting your kidneys. Avoid this nut. Number 2, cashews, the blood sugar and kidney stone trap. You've been told cashews are a healthy, creamy snack. But the truth is, this popular nut could be quietly sabotaging your blood sugar, your kidneys, and your digestion, especially if you're over 60. Cashews seem innocent. Smooth, slightly sweet, often found in health bars and clean snack mixes. But what most men don't realize is that cashews are high in carbohydrates, more than most nuts. That means they spike blood sugar, especially when eaten alone. For men with prediabetes or diabetes, like nearly 70% of those over 60, that's a serious risk. Worse, cashews are packed with oxalates, compounds that bind to calcium in your gut and may lead to kidney stones, a painful, often hidden danger. As we age, our ability to flush these oxalates weakens, making stones more likely to form without warning. And there's more. Cashews are naturally coated in urushiol, the same chemical found in poison ivy. They must be heavily processed to be safe. But that processing strips away nutrients, leaving you with a fatty, carb-heavy snack with minimal benefits. Linda, a 70-year-old widow and grandmother of 4, came to me feeling constantly bloated, low energy, and confused about her rising blood sugar. "I eat clean," she said, showing me her purse snacks. Every one of them had cashews. Smoothies. Snack bars. Trail mixes. She had no idea. We cut them out. Within weeks, her glucose stabilized and her digestion improved. "I thought they were healthy," she whispered. If you struggle with sugar control, kidney issues, or even feel gassy after eating, cashews might be the hidden trigger. Swap them for almonds or walnuts. Your body will thank you. Don't go anywhere, because the next nut may be making you gain weight, without even realizing it. Avoid this nut number 3, macadamia nuts, the silent weight gainer. They told you macadamia nuts are heart healthy and full of good fats. But the truth is, for men over 60, they can quietly lead to weight gain, rising cholesterol, and digestive distress, without you even noticing. Macadamia nuts feel luxurious, rich, buttery, satisfying. But that satisfaction comes at a steep cost. Just 1 ounce, barely a handful, contains over 200 calories and 22 grams of fat. For men with slowing metabolism, even a small daily snack can add up fast. You won't feel full, but the scale slowly creeps upward. They're also extremely high in saturated fat, which can elevate LDL cholesterol, especially dangerous for aging arteries and tired hearts. And if you've ever felt bloated or sluggish after snacking, your gallbladder might be struggling. These fats can trigger gallstone movement, leading to sudden, intense pain that often ends in the ER. Carl, 68, a retired engineer and meticulous about his diet, came to me frustrated. "Doc, I eat clean, I exercise, why am I gaining belly weight?" When we reviewed his habits, the culprit stood out: every night, a few macadamias. I asked him to pause for 30 days. His energy improved, weight dropped, and he felt lighter, physically and mentally. Macadamias are also dense and hard, a hidden hazard for men with dental work. I've seen cracked crowns and broken bridges, all from one bite too many. So if you're snacking on these creamy nuts thinking they're helping your heart, think again. There are better options that nourish without the calorie load. Stay with me, because the next nut may be small, but it can distort your taste, disrupt your meds, and even lead to dangerous weight loss. Avoid this nut number 4, pine nuts, the medication disruptor. Pine nuts look tiny and harmless. But for men over 60, these little seeds can quietly disrupt your medications, distort your taste, and even lead to dangerous weight loss if you're not careful. You were told pine nuts are a fancy, heart-healthy add-on to salads and pesto. But the truth is, they're a hidden minefield. First, they can cause a condition called pine mouth, a strange metallic taste that lingers for days. It's not dangerous in itself, but it makes food taste unpleasant. And when food tastes bad, you unconsciously eat less, or skip meals altogether. For older men already at risk of weight loss or muscle decline, that's serious. Pine nuts are also high in polyunsaturated fats, fats that oxidize easily if stored too long or exposed to heat. Once oxidized, they can increase inflammation, not reduce it. And we already know that chronic inflammation is one of the leading drivers of fatigue, poor circulation, and erectile issues after 60. But here's what really concerns me: pine nuts can interact with your medications. They contain compounds that affect how your liver metabolizes drugs, especially blood pressure meds, cholesterol pills, and mood stabilizers. That means your medications may not work as expected, or may build up dangerously. Ruth, 74, came to me with a strange complaint. "Doc, everything tastes metallic. Even water." We ruled out medications, infections, and dental issues. Then she mentioned a homemade pesto she'd been eating all week, loaded with pine nuts. That was it. We cut them out, and within days, her taste returned and her appetite came back. And for men with dry mouth, common from meds, pine nuts are slippery and easy to inhale, making them a subtle choking risk. Bottom line, there are better ways to get healthy fats without messing with your meds or your taste buds. And now that you know the 4 nuts to avoid, let's connect the dots and talk about what this all means for your daily life, your energy, and your future. Don't go anywhere. Let's talk about one of the biggest mistakes men over 60 make, but almost never realize. You might think you're being mature by giving up self-pleasure. You might believe that those days are behind you. Or worse, someone told you it's dirty, childish, or dangerous at your age. But the truth is, giving it up completely might be one of the worst things you can do for your manhood, your confidence, and even your prostate. But stay with me, because you really need to hear this. When you stop touching yourself altogether, your body doesn't just say, "Okay, we're done." No. It adapts. It rewires. And not in a good way. Blood flow to the penis decreases. The nerves stop firing as often. Your body stops producing the chemical signals that say, "Hey, we still need this." Over time, that leads to tissue loss, scarring, and something called penile fibrosis, where your manhood literally loses its stretch and elasticity. And if you think that's bad, there's more you need to know. Without regular stimulation, your testosterone levels drop. Your ability to get or stay hard declines. Even your prostate suffers, because ejaculation helps flush it out. I've had men come in with no major health issues, yet they can't get it up. They feel numb. And when I ask about self-pleasure, they say they haven't done it in years. Most men don't even realize it's happening, until it's too late. They just think it's aging. But it's not. It's detraining a system that's still very much alive. And the emotional toll? That's even worse. You start to feel invisible. Like a part of you died. You avoid closeness. You lose the sense of intimacy, even with yourself. You carry shame in silence, thinking, "Maybe I'm just broken." But you're not broken. You've just been lied to. They told you it was shameful. That it was only for horny teenagers. They never said it was part of your health. That it helps keep your blood vessels flexible. Your nerves responsive. Your hormones balanced. Because this is too important to keep silent about. I'm not here to shame you. I'm here to help you understand your body again. You deserve to feel connected. To feel strong. To feel like a man, at any age. And if you're thinking, "But I've stopped for years," that's okay. It's never too late to reconnect. Stay with me, I'm going to help you change this. Because this isn't just about pleasure. It's about keeping the engine running. About protecting your health, your pride, and your ability to feel alive in your own skin. And that's just the beginning. The next step is how to do it right, safely, confidently, and in a way that truly supports your body at this stage of life. So don't go anywhere, you need to hear what comes next. Knowing what's going wrong is only half the battle. The real change begins when you take action. Without a plan, knowledge is useless. And if you're like most men over 60, you probably spent years avoiding this part of your health, because no one ever gave you a way forward that felt real, respectful, or doable. But let's make this real. Here's a routine I've given to dozens of my older male patients. Not a fantasy. Not a 20-year-old's routine. A simple, private, daily ritual that supports blood flow, nerve response, hormone health, and most importantly, helps you feel like yourself again. First, every morning, take 60 seconds to check in with your body. No phones. No distractions. Just breathe. Place your hand over your pelvis, not for arousal, but awareness. This signals your brain, this part of me still matters. Second, 3 to 4 times a week, take 5 to 10 minutes for slow, mindful touch. No porn. No pressure to finish. Just gentle stimulation. Notice what feels good, what doesn't, and how your body responds. This retrains your nervous system and maintains blood flow. Think of it like stretching or physical therapy for your most private muscle. Third, avoid rushing. This is not about release, it's about rewiring. Porn, pressure, and speed all work against the nervous system's natural rhythm. Slow is healing. Fourth, once a week, ask yourself, how did I feel about my body this week? Not in judgment, but in curiosity. This builds emotional connection, something men often miss when it comes to sexual health. Fifth, if something feels off, numbness, pain, nothing happening, don't panic. Talk to your doctor. You'd fix your shoulder if it stopped working. Your manhood deserves the same attention. It doesn't have to be complicated. This isn't just about sex, it's about staying alive in your body. Keeping the systems running. Keeping your identity intact. Every time you follow this routine, you're telling your body, you're still here. You still count. You can do this. It's not about performance, it's about presence. And no matter how long it's been, you're not too old to start. You're not broken. You're just relearning a part of yourself that's been ignored. Stick with me, I want you to try this. Even if it feels strange at first. Even if you're not sure what to expect. I've seen it transform men who felt hopeless into men who felt alive again. And there's even more you need to know. Because if you want this to last, you'll need to understand the emotions behind all of it. Stay with me, I'm not done helping you yet. Here's the truth, what you've just heard in this video isn't just talk. These aren't trendy tips or shallow hacks. This is real science, real medicine, and real hope for men like you. We talked about the nuts that truly nourish your body, and the ones quietly working against you. We exposed a hidden mistake that most men over 60 make without realizing it. And you learned a daily plan, real steps to restore blood flow, reawaken nerves, and feel confident in your body again. This is not just talk, it's real medicine. Now, if you choose to ignore this, you could keep sliding backwards without knowing why. More stiffness. More disconnection. More medications, more frustration. And I don't want that for you. I've seen too many good men give up on themselves, thinking it's just age. But it's not. You can do better. You deserve better. I know this isn't easy to hear. It's personal. It's intimate. But that's why it matters so much. You've been told to stay silent, to man up and move on. But silence never healed anyone. You're not broken. You can change. And you're not alone. Every day, men in their 60s, 70s, even 80s, are choosing to take their health back. Quietly. Privately. Powerfully. So if this video spoke to you, don't stay silent, join the conversation. Subscribe to the channel. Click the bell so you never miss a truth that could change your health. And drop a comment below, let me know if this hit home. If you agree, type 1. If you've been through it, type me. Let's talk about what no one else will say out loud. Thank you for watching this far. It means you're serious. You care about your health, and you're willing to face the hard stuff. I respect that more than you know. Stay with me, because more truths are coming your way. And I'll be right here, every step of the journey.